my family, for example, like the Zapotec people, they are ashamed for the language. So all these connections was the point, the origin of my film. I wanted to explain about from my point of view, and there are many things in Mexico that the people don't used to say, and I connected my own identity relation with the Zapotec identity. I connected that with the discrimination, the classism and racism today in Mexico is sometimes is not popular to talk about that. So three subjects for me was very important when about my inspiration to make the film. Identity, classism, and racism today in Mexico.
I think it's interesting that you mentioned those three films, specifically classism and racism. If we look back on the films that have come out in the past year or so, I'm thinking films such as Parasite, Roma, which I know your film has gotten a lot of comparisons to, other films like Knives Out. It seems like the themes of racism and specifically economic classism have become very popular in the media today. Why do you think at this moment we are beginning to talk more openly and create more art that reflect the negative aspects of economic classism and economic racism?
Well, talking about Mexico, yes, there are some films like Guie'dani's Navel. You talk about Roma, but I feel the point of view is different. For example, with Roma, yes, maybe we are talking about the indigenous people, and we are talking about the work in a house and the classism and racism. But the point of view of Roma is a point of view of the upper middle class. The point of view of my film is the point of view of the indigenous girl. It's the first time that in Mexico there is a film that the point of view is strictly the indigenous people. Usually, the films about indigenous in Mexico are made by people from the upper middle class, and the point of view is not exactly the same. So I tried to connect these gaze. So it's important to talk about that. I don't mind if the point of view is exactly from the poor people, the indigenous people, but we are living a new times now, a change. And I feel that the movies are a good expression to talk about the reality. So I trust in the future we will see much more films, and not only about these artists, also films made by the own communities. We are teaching the communities that they can learn to make films.
I definitely agree, and thank you for bringing that up. I think now we're going to open it up to questions from the audience. Does anybody here have a question that you'd like to ask? Just raise your hand. I think we have one back there.
Thank you very much for this lovely movie, and we heard a bit about your inspiration for this movie, and I wondered what you want to give the audience when we walk out this door, what you want to give us as a remembrance.
Were you able to hear that?
Sorry, with memory?
I'll repeat. Her question was, what do you want the audience to remember from the film when they walk out of the door?
What's my intention?
What do you want the audience to remember from the film?
Yeah, for me, the film is a big reflection about the subjects that I told before, the identity, classes, and races. I have the questions. I would like the people, the audience, have the answers. I don't have the answers. I have my own answers, but the film is plenty of questions. So it's very important for me, for example, in Mexico and in other countries, that the people try to have the point of view of the other side. For example, in Europe, I feel that in Europe it's not easy to feel like the other side because Europe is in the rich part of the world. So my film is trying to ask for the other side and don't speak with how do you say topics. I'm trying to disconnect the stereotypes that usually we use to talk about the indigenous and the poor people in the communities in Latin America. My film is not a victims film. It's not an inspirational film. I would like people reflect about that and have own answers.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone can watch the film and sort of see any victimhood. It seems to really be a message of strength and rebellion against something that is maybe not openly racist and classist. I'm talking the behavior of the wealthy family in the film, but more sort of the subtle microaggressions that we can sometimes see racism be conveyed through. Do we have any more questions out here from the audience? One over there.
I really love the mother and daughter dynamic in the film. And I was wondering if there was a particular reason you chose the mother-daughter dynamic to sort of tell the story.
Were you able to hear that?
The relation between the mother and daughter?
Yes.
Yes, she was asking why you chose to focus on the mother-daughter relationship in the film.
Yeah, for me, the main character, Guie'dani, she has a difficult relation with her mother, not only in the city, in the little village too. She's in a difficult age before is almost a teenager. So this is a problem at the beginning. But the other problem that they have is that Guie'dani is proud about their own identity, Zapotec identity, and the mother too, but she's confused because she needs money. She needs to change a poor situation to a better situation. So she's changing the point of view about the identity. But the girl, the doctor, the main character, Guie'dani, represents the authentic heart and the broad people of the community. So they are fighting in one side because they are a mother and a doctor in a difficult age, and in the other side, the doctor doesn't understand why the mother is ready to lose the heart. So this confrontation is usual in the communities, and the Mexican people in this big city, they are against the difference of the communities. They feel that the Mexicanidad, the Mexicanity is dissolved your own identity in this in Spanish language, and the roles of the big city. So Guie'dani is against that. She rebels against that, and the mother doesn't like it.
It's that ideal of a youthful rebellion sort of put into this very specific context. And I think that the young actress, Sotera Cruz, I believe is her name, did an amazing job of having this sort of stoic sort of stubbornness as she tries to keep in touch with her roots, her indigenous roots. Do we have another question here? Well, I think we'll just end it. We only have a couple minutes left anyway. Would you tell us quickly about what other projects you're working on? I think I read that your next project is called The Silence Virgin. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm in the financial research. I'm working in this new film about the silence in Mexico and about the impunity in Mexico from the point of view of a woman that works in a court in Mexico. So yeah, the audience will see many connections with Guie'dani's Navel and many connections with my other short films, because yeah, my films are not comfortable for the audience, and they confront. I like this kind of film. I feel I'm optimistic because I talk about the things that many people don't want to talk. So I trust in the world. So yeah, The Silent Virgin. I hope to have a presentation in your nice film festival, of course.
We hope to see you back here soon. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Could we please get a round of applause for John?